Hi friends, in this lecture minimizing errors. So how to minimize the errors? In previous lecture we have discussed about what is meant by errors, what are the types of errors, and in this topic we are going to discuss about how minimize the errors. So we have to adopt some rules for minimizing such kind of errors which occurs while measuring something. So which rules we have to adopt here? So let's see one by one. So first is that how can we minimize the error? So by taking the large magnitude of a physical quantity for the measurement, we can minimize the error. So taking large magnitude for the measurement of physical quantity. This is the solution. This is the solution or way to minimize the error. Take a large quantity for measurement. For example, suppose that this is a weight box, digital weight box, and I took 1 kg of sugar, 1 kg of sugar. But if I divided this sugar in a 5 grams or 50 grams, this is also 50 grams up to the 1 kg. So what will happen? Absolutely error will be occurred here in this case. So instead of dividing the sugar in a different part or many parts, if we gather it together and measure it, so we can accurately measure it 1 kg. But when small pieces of anything collected with each other and then measured, so no doubt we will got the error. So for that avoid this error, we have to use taking large magnitude for the measurement of a physical quantity. Second thing is that we have to use the instrument which has a minimum least count or smallest least count. So use the instrument for measurement having smallest least count. For example, I want to measure the thickness of hair or a small pin. So I can't use there an instrument just like a meter scale or any measuring tape. I need there a micrometer screw gauge. Using the micrometer screw gauge, I can measure the thickness of small hair or thickness of pin. So that's why a smallest least count instruments is required for that. Third solution is that taking large reading and calculate mean value of that reading. For example, suppose that this is a frustum. This shape is a frustum shape, and I want to find out the accurate diameter of this frustum. So I measure it here, D1, D2, D3 and Dn up to the Dn. So I need to calculate the mean value of this diameter. Then I can find out or calculate the mean diameter, which is an accurate diameter of this frustum shape. For example, mean reading or mean value is equal to D1 plus D2 plus D3 plus dot 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 up to the Dn divided by n. This formula is used for to find out the mean value of the diameter of this frustum. In this manner, we can minimize the error which occurred while measuring something. Okay. So next point is estimation of errors. Estimation of error. Next point is estimation of errors. Estimation of errors. So we know that instrumental error can be minimized by using the correct calibration. Instrumental error can be corrected by a correct calibration, using the correct calibrations, and in this manner, taking a large number of readings, we can find out the mean value and can be able to minimize the error. So, absolute error in the measurement. First point is that absolute error. Absolute error in measurement. In last lecture, we have already discussed about that what is meant by error. Error is nothing but the difference between true value or measured value is called as error. So the absolute definition, definitions of the error can be error can be defined as the uncertainty in the measurement of a physical quantity is called as error. So let's see. Absolute error in the measurement. So this error, absolute error in the measurement. So this is the tree diagram which tells us that the measured value, the difference between absolute error in the measurement, that is the difference between a measured value of a physical quantity, a measured value of a physical quantity and measured value of a physical quantity and individual measurement value and individual measurement value. Individual measurement value is called as absolute error. It's called as absolute error in measurement. Now, using this flowchart, you can easily define the absolute error in measurements. So, this is the easiest way to remember what is the definition of absolute error in measurement. So, I can say that absolute error in measurement can be defined as a difference between a measured value of a physical quantity and individual measured value. So this is the difference between. So absolute error in measurement can be defined as difference between a measured value of a physical quantity and individual measured value. This is the definitions of absolute error. So I would like to write this definition here. Absolute error can be defined as the difference between a measured value of a physical quantity and individual measurement. This is the definition of the absolute error in measurement. So, how to mathematically explain it? So, let's see one by one. Delta R1 is equal to delta R0 minus delta R1. Delta R1 is equal to R0 minus R1. Delta R2 is equal to R0 minus R2. Delta R3 is equal to delta R0 minus R3. Delta Rn is equal to R0 minus Rn. We can mathematically express this value in this manner. So, what is the mean absolute error? So, how can we calculate the mean absolute error? So, it's also a very easy task. R mean is equal to R mean delta R mean is equal to delta R mean is equal to, in bracket, mod of delta R1 plus mod of delta R2 plus mod of delta R3 plus plus mod of delta Rn divided by n. This is the formula for absolute mean error. So, arithmetic mean of the absolute error is called as the mean absolute error. So, this is nothing but the arithmetic mean of the mean absolute error. I can write here the arithmetic mean of absolute error is called as mean absolute error. Is called as mean absolute error. So, Next point is that a percentage of error. How to calculate percentage of error? So in this mean absolute error, we can write here mean absolute error divided by mean value. So this is called as the relative error. Relative error. Mean absolute error. Mean absolute error divided by mean value. So this equation or this formula, mean absolute error, relative error, this formula state that how can we calculate the relative error, and it also states the definition of relative error. So how can we define the relative error? So it is very simple. A ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value is called as relative error. I repeat once again. We can easily define a relative error. How can we define the relative error? The ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value is called as mean absolute error. So next point is percentage error. So how can we find out the percentage error? And this relative error can be expressed. This relative error can be expressed mathematically. Delta R mean divided by R mean. Delta R mean divided by R mean is equal to delta R mean divided by R0. So relative error mathematically can be explained by delta R mean divided by R mean and delta R mean divided by R0. So next point is percentage of error. So percentage of error can be calculated or find out like this. Percentage error can be calculated as delta R mean divided by R mean into 100 or is equal to delta R mean divided by delta R mean divided by R mean into 100. This formula is for the calculation of the percentage error. So in other way we can write this formula: delta R mean divided by R0 into 100. So that's all about today's lecture. Next point we will discuss in next lecture.